Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello, good people. Welcome back to our channel. We're so excited to have you again. The marching orders of Wike to revoke all the defaulters of, that's the property of defaulters of ground rent, which started today, has been paused by the president. Don't forget that today was quite a busy day for FCTA, and most people were crying foul based on the rate at which these lands were revoked, as the properties were being revoked in Abuja. We saw PDP, they lose their, Wadata Plaza, which is PDP Secretariat, was sealed. Apart from that, FIRS also were victim. Their office, one of their office in Abuja, was also sealed. We saw the case of Access Bank. So many agencies were affected, individuals also were affected. But the president has decided to whack into the case and has paused all property revocations and has given some day of grace alongside penalties meant to be paid by these ground rent defaulters. And let's look at full details of what the president has to say. According to the news, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has intervened in the ongoing sealing of properties belonging to ground rent defaulters in the Federal Capital Territory, FCT, granting a 14-day grace period for them to settle their outstanding obligations and regularize their document. This was announced by Mr. Chijioke Nwankwo-Eze, Director of Land Administration in the FCT, during a briefing on Monday night in Abuja. He stated that on March 26, 2025, enforcement began on 4,794 properties revoked for non-payment of ground rent spanning 10 to 43 years. Properties affected include those owned by government institutions, corporate organizations, and individuals. This enforcement reflects the FCT's administration commitment to executing its duty without fear or favor. However, by the intervention of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, holders of the affected properties have been granted 14 days, that's 2 weeks, to settle the outstanding ground rent, including applicable penalties. For properties in the central area, defaulters are required to pay penalty of 5 million naira in addition to the ground rent owed. Those in Maitama, Sokoro, Wose 2, and Guzabe district will pay 3 million naira as penalty alongside their ground rent arrears. Defaulters in Wose 1, Gaki 2 will pay penalty of 2 million naira in addition to the outstanding ground rent. Additionally, all individuals who purchase properties from others but have yet to register their interest by obtaining the mandatory minister's consent and registering their deed of assignment have 14 days to do so at the FCT Department of Land Administration. Furthermore, the Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Barrister Nyesom Wike, has also granted a 14-day grace period to all property holders in the FCT to pay their right of occupancy and certificate of occupancy bills or risk revocation of their title. Going forward, the minister advises all property owners in FCT to ensure timely payment of all relevant bills and charges to enable the government to continue implementing vital developmental projects for the benefit of the people. This is a good move coming from the president to salvage the situation. Meanwhile, we've also heard a lot of things that so many Nigerians have said in respect to it. But first of all, I think the president knows the global implication of what Wike is doing. And being that he has a plan of going for a second term, that kind of act, which most of those who are affected consider it to be very responsible, the president believes that it's not a good one for him, being that unfortunately he may damage his image, both as a president and as one who is expecting to get much from Nigeria. Don't forget that Abuja is very critical to him being, given it's critical to him during the period of elections, and being that this is a way of helping to restore back, the dignity of his government. I think he had to take that move. We all know that his move also has some financial reward. Let's be very particular about that also. There's a lot of financial reward. Number one, it will help increase the internally generated revenue for Abuja for this particular month and next month. A lot of things, PDP right now, I don't know if they're going to go back to their property. But one of the things that most Nigerians are also talking about is the fact that Wike claiming that he had done so much for PDP. He has done heaven and earth for PDP. Why didn't he clear their ground rent? so we don't know why he did not do that. But however, it's important to note that the president move has salvaged the country and also salvaged his pursuit for second term. 5,000 people seizing their property. Where do you want them to go from there? And unfortunately, one of the things that is troubling for this 14-day grace that has been granted is the fact that the president is expecting those people who are struggling to pay their ground rents to add another 5 million on top of it. For me, I think that penalty is really uncalled for. That particular penalty is uncalled for. Uncalled for in the sense that these people are struggling to pay their ground rent. 5,000 of them, up till now, they've not been able to pay. And then you are putting up penalty for them. For that 2 weeks, you're still going to be paying as much as 5 million naira. In addition to your ground rent, you're still going to be paying as much as 3 million naira and all of that. Where do you think that they're going to sort out such monies from? If for federal government agencies who are involved in it, that one is a different ballgame. But individuals, some of them, unfortunately, because of the corrupt environment we found ourselves, did not know that at the time this kind of thing will matter this much. And for them, it's just hitting them as a huge surprise. Where do you think they're going to cough out such an amount of money? PDP also, for example, they were issued that particular order that there will be possible revocation come on the 26th day of May, 2025. Now, unfortunately, for some reasons best known to them, they have not even made an attempt, to pay anything. Just to let you understand that there's no money in that system any longer. And being that there's no money in that system, I think that's why things are happening the way it's happening. But then I think there's a future that they should be hoping on, and that future is a future that will conquer, the current administration. However, let's leave.